35 shots is the most without scoring in the Premier League for ages and ages. And because you didn't beat the mighty Wolves, your manager got sacked.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that as a Forest fan? There he is, Dyche.
I mean, it's disappointing. I mean, obviously we should have beat Wolves because it's men against boys. But I think, obviously, we're on to our fourth manager now of the season.
Yeah.
And as a Forest fan, I didn't agree with Nuno going.
Yep.
And his brand of football didn't suit Forest. Nice guy, but it was
or at
never
least the
going to
players
work.
you had at the time.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure if you had the right players, Forest wouldn't mind hyper-attacking football.
Yeah. But with Big Sean, a lot of my friends obviously are Forest fans back in Nottingham. And for the first time, there's been a little bit of a divide where, you know, when you go to the City Ground, the atmosphere is, you know, it's like a cauldron. The fans are, you know, are really good. And there's been a lot of, you know, kind of, they said it's been disjointed. One of my friends goes to all the home games and he said it's really, you know, they've kind of blamed on the terraces. A lot of Forest fans have kind of said, you know, he's not brought the togetherness of the fans and the players. Yeah, again, it's, you know, you'll talk to a lot of Forest fans and it'll be, you know, it's another manager gone, but there's a lot out there that are kind of glad he's gone.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, it's a bit surprising, but I kind of get what they're saying. I mean, it's very rare you'll hear the Forest fans boo, and they have been booing.
Oh wow.
And leaving early as well. Something else that's rare, but they have been leaving early. It's sad in the sense that obviously it's the Forest old boys because his back room were Stoney and Woney.
Because that's not just because he's at Forest. He's been with them for ages, hasn't he?
Yeah,
he goes around.
Yeah, they was at Burnley with him and Everton, weren't they? But
Ian and Steve Stone.
When they came back to Forest, you know, I thought, oh, it's the old boys. Yeah, well, I thought they'd understand more, you know, being former players and know what the City Ground's like, and I thought it would be like, you know, a little fairy tale. And
what makes them understand though, like they played for Forest 30 years ago, and in a fairly successful team as well, and they're in the Premier League before they got relegated.
Yeah,
but what is it that they understand? Like people could say that about Man United quite a lot, don't they? Having Carrick in, he understands the club and stuff. He understands the DNA of United, which is basically good at flowing, attacking football, breaking at pace. What is there to understand at Forest?
It's the fans and the atmosphere and the, you know, the expectation, and the Forest have always had a very similar style of playing. Do you know what I mean? It's I
remember on Championship Manager like 92 or something like that. If you chose Forest, it gives you a little blurb about things and stuff like that. And it'll be like traditionally counter-attacking football.
Yeah, and
would you agree with that?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And it's always like, you know, passing football. You know, keep it on the floor. You know, there's never no hoofing it and long balls.
Yeah.
So I think that's
what it said about Wimbledon.
So yeah, I don't know. It's just I was a bit.
See, Nuno was perfect for that.
Yeah,
because some of the moments when Wolves used to do that low block and break, and some of the football was amazing, but it happened so fast. They'd always have like fairly low possession, but they didn't need a high possession, did they? The only problem with Nuno though is he didn't really know what to do when the other team is in a low block.
No,
he doesn't seem to anyway.
Counter-attacking is good, you know. You really need to get the lead, you know, and if you don't get the lead in the match, it kind of messes up the routine of
because if they get the lead, they'll step back, and then you're like, oh, we're not usually doing this. But Dyche, I feel like he's a bit of a fraud. The way he came in, I was talking about the other week, didn't I? How he's acting like he's Mr. Forest. But he was what? He was in the youth setup, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He wasn't really a proper first team. Wait, he wasn't a first team player at all, was
No,
he?
he wasn't. No.
So he never even went near the first
No.
team. But he's acting like Clough is his uncle.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Yeah, I'm the right fit for this. I mean, I know they're all going to say it. I don't know, Jose said it before he went to United, how he's going to play attacking football, and he just didn't.
Yeah.
But I don't know, his interviews, he comes across, he's always making that yeah, well, they're an amazing team. Well, I'm not on the pitch to tell them what to do. I'm not on the pitch. I can't score them goals. He's always trying to make excuses for himself.
Yeah.
And I think it's just stop making excuses for yourself. Just
it didn't go down
take
too
a bit
well
of responsibility.
in his final interview as well. When he said that he phrased it as the noise had changed towards him in terms of the actual Forest fans.
It wasn't that night though, was it? Didn't just change. I mean, it is going to change that night because you're not beating Wolves.
Yeah.
If you're not beating bottom of the league, the noise is going to change.
Yeah.
That's very astute.
I think there's that big expectation, isn't there? As of you kind of got to fancy yourself to beat Leeds, which who are down there, and we lost 3-1, and then get your.
That
lot.
was a big game, wasn't it? That
it
because
was.
they're your main. Wolves aren't your main. It wasn't a 6-pointer. That wasn't.
No, exactly.
It was just you should have got 3 points, whereas Leeds was a proper 6-pointer. Losing that now, and I think West Ham coming with their resurgence. Marinakis is getting a bit scared. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You weren't overall. His Forest record wasn't bad.
No.
Especially for a team down there. He's not going to suddenly start winning all the time, but it was just not looking amazing. He could have been a bit better in places. A lot of people would say that Dyche is the right man for the job, but I would have fancied him to go down. Out of them, Leeds, West Ham, the way Leeds and West Ham are going, if nothing changed, I would have put them down. But now you've got Vitor.
Yeah, it's going to be. I mean, we watched it together, Al, didn't we? And I was so nervous. I must admit, because I don't, no one.
That's the great thing of watching Wolves right now. I'm not nervous at all.
No.
Doesn't matter.
No, you've got no fight in them, or have you?
Yeah, exactly.
The Wolves have
We've
turned
been
into
beaten into
kittens.
submission.
But it's never good, is it? When you kind of on that edge of whether you will or you won't go down. It's quite. Yeah, it's quite nerve-wracking, and in reality, it's Forest or West Ham, isn't it, for the final place? And I did fancy Leeds to get dragged into it a few weeks ago.
Yeah, did say that, yeah.
But
it's not looking like it, is it?
No, and in reality, I know Tottenham are down there, but Tottenham aren't going to go down. As much as I'd love them to go down.
Well, again, I got Tudor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's not got the best record.
No.
He's struggled with one of the biggest teams in Italy.
Yeah, I know, but I think Tottenham will find a way. I think it's just a straight shootout between West Ham and Forest now.
Your judgment's clouded just by the fact that it's Tottenham. They're meant to be Big Six. We can't imagine them being in the championship. Tottenham in the championship just isn't a thing.
No,
but it could be a thing if he don't make them any better. Because form-wise, they're worse than Forest.
Yeah.
So, if everything carried on as it was, they probably would have gone down. In theory, they should have gone down. Getting a few people back from injury, I suppose. You haven't got a bad injury list at the moment, have you? A few people are out.
Yeah, a few people. Not too bad. But the thing is with
not
Tottenham...
like Tottenham's, though.
No, Tottenham... was it last season? You won the Europa League, didn't they?
Yeah.
They was poor in the league, weren't they?
Yeah. I mean, you can argue that they prioritised the Europa at the end, but they were still poor.
So it's kind of 2 seasons in a row. They've been kind of down there because I think
Wolves finished ahead of them.
Yeah,
last time, nearly United as well. I think. Or was it the other way around? No, it wasn't it? United were ahead of Wolves.
Yeah, crazy that.
But I suppose last year Pereira comes along and totally rescued us. We looked dead and buried, and he changed a lot of things very, very quickly. Do you fancy him to do that again?
I do. I was reading a report about Vitor, but I didn't realise he's managed 9 clubs in 10 years.
Oh yeah. He's a proper gentleman. He goes around everywhere.
Apparently,
doesn't stay very long.
No, that's what they're saying. He won't. He's good at saving clubs. Like a lot of people believe.
I think sometimes he goes to places that don't need saving though.
Yeah.
And then he just only stays for a bit of time.
Yeah.
So, but I suppose I'd say that I'm sure Marinakis knows that, but surely he knew about Postecoglou and what kind of football he played before he hired him.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, you know, I'm going to assume he knows the kind of thing, you know, what he did last year. Maybe that's why he's got him in. He's thinking, right, if he just does that again, then that's all I can ask for.
Yeah, exactly. It's only short term. It's only till the end of next season. His contract.
I think, yeah, it's because it's usually 5 years, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think he's thought about that as well.
Yeah.
That's quite clever, that is.
Yeah, it is.
A year and a bit.
Well, it's,
He's not going to get a moment's applause when he gets sacked.
No, exactly, because it's 2 reasons, really. He's got it, it's his thing to have, short spells at clubs and, kind of do what he can in a short space of time. That's Vitor's thing. But not only that, probably Marinakis is thinking, crikey, I can't pay compensation for another 3 years. But
no, he's done really well there. I bet he's actually just to the end of the season. And Vitor's like, come on, one more year. One more year. Come on. I get sacked. I need my money. Just looking a bit at some stats on there. By the way, that Sky Sports football stat is actually crap. He says 47% win percentage. It's not. Because he's played 25 and won 10, which is actually 40%. So that was just wrong, that was. But having said that, he still does have a fairly good win percentage. But he had to go. He's boring, isn't he?
Yeah. And I think, again, that's a lot of the issues with what the fans were saying. There's basically the general feeling of the fans I've spoken to is that however it happens, he's drained the confidence of the players.
Yeah. Gibbs White didn't look the same. When he kind of fell over by the Wolves fans, I've seen a few videos where they're all like gesticulating at him. I won't do the removes. But and he's just on the floor. He's like, he's got that face, isn't he? Gibbs White. Well, I don't know what's going on. I think he had a meeting with him, didn't he? Marinakis.
He called a few of them in.
Yeah. So what do you think that was like? Should we get rid of him?
I think it was, yeah. I think he wanted the players' general feedback because apparently the again, you hear so much you don't know what's true because you're not there, but apparently the training as well is predominantly based on running.
I thought, running. I can imagine that.
So it's not ideal. So
he's a dinosaur.
Yeah.
But I don't know why, but all the pundits love him.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, there's no better person for him than him. There is.
Yeah.
If he's lost the dressing room, then there is. But you got Vitor now. Oh, yeah, read that comment over there. 2028,
scientists estimate you'll never be more than 6 feet away from someone who managed Nottingham Forest.
during the 2025-26 season. I like that. And Room 101A.
I'm going to go for another personnel.
Right. He didn't tell me who it was, so we didn't get the PowerPoint.
Well, you're always saying about putting people in, aren't you? So this is going to be my last week of people.
Right. Last chance to get it in. Get someone in.
Yeah. And it's a bit of a joint one. I'm going for Marinakis, Edu. Because read different reports this week and Marinakis, as a Forest fan, I appreciate that he's put his money in and his money's got us where we are today. But I would just love him to take charge of Forest just for a few weeks, be sat on the touchline in the dugout. Because I just think some of his decision making is
Marinakis or Edu?
Marinakis.
Right, okay.
I just think is, 4 managers in a season. He gets really angry. He's an angry man. You can see this. He's broken God knows how many City Grand tellies. But you just think, what makes me angry as a Forest fan and a lot of other Forest fans is Nuno should never have gone.
You should be on one manager this season.
If he should never have got. I mean, back in the day, he should never have got rid of Steve Cooper, but he did. We got Nuno in. Nuno should not have gone, and it's kind of like they've got rid of one of the best managers that Forest ever had. You know, brought the fans together. Fantastic football.
I mean, he did. It was a good decision in the end, getting rid of Steve Cooper.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it took some getting your head round, but again, everyone loved Cooper because he got us in the Premier League after 23 years.
Yeah.
You know, you get rid of him and another one comes along in Nuno, but did Nuno deserve to go? I don't think so. Not 3 games into the season after he's got us into Europe. And now it's like, you know, what's going on at the City Ground, you know. We're on our 4th manager. It's only February. And
bit of a laughing stock.
Yeah, this is the thing this is the reason why I've put him in. You know, it's annoying, but you read in different articles since Dyche went, and it's kind of Gary Lineker said today, you know, does Marinakis know what he's doing? Does he know what he's doing? You know, is it doing the club any good? Keep sacking managers, you know, and we are becoming a laughing stock. You know, everyone's literally, everyone's like, you know, talking about Forest and, you know, Marinakis, you know, he don't know what he's doing and this, that and the other. And it's, I don't know, it's just sending a bad vibe,
yeah,
you know, about the club. And it's going back to Nuno, he went because of this Edu. And what does Edu do? You know, what is his job at the City Ground? What does he do? Every time you see him, he's sat there.
What's his title again? Because he's not director of football, director of world relations or something like that.
He's meant to, like, as far as I'm aware, and this is not just me, by the way, you know, a lot of Forest fans have asked this question, what is Edu's job? He's meant to oversee kind of transfers and stuff like that, because Nuno wanted a player in. That's why they fell out. He wanted a player in, and Edu blocked it. So that's how that fallout happened, and it rumbled on, and as a result, he got the boot. But
I find it crazy, that is. Like, yeah. Obviously, we often say manager, but they've been changed to head coach. A manager would have power over transfers and stuff like that. Head coach is all about the football. But if a head coach, like Pep's head coach, but if he wants a player, he's getting a player.
Yeah.
You know, he's got power over stuff like that.
Yeah.
Nuno, I think he'd done well enough to be able to say, I want that player. Can I get that player?
When
you don't need a director of football.
When you're starting a new season and you're in Europe, you know, it should be up to Nuno, like, to kind of like know where he's going, get the players he wants.
Yeah.
You know, that's how I see it.
And obviously you need to increase the squad size.
Yeah.
Because they were playing once a week before, and now obviously they're going to play twice a week.
And, you know,
he struggled at Wolves with that, a small squad.
But if we do get relegated, you know, where does the blame lie? Would we have got relegated if we'd have kept Nuno? You know, it's all that.
He had a bad result against West Ham. A bad West Ham at the time.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean anything, really.
I just think Marinakis, he overreacts.
Yeah.
You know, and he's kind of, because the thing is, he's always got another manager lined up. Gets rid of one.
Well, Vitor came in pretty quick, didn't he?
Yeah. It's.
I think we watched that game Wednesday night. He got sacked Wednesday night. Was it the morning? He got sacked that night, did he?
12:30. Yeah.
And then the next day, Vitor was in talks already.
He's always done that.
Yeah,
always. So I just want to have my rant's just about Marinakis, Edu. Them two's like thick as thieves, and it's, you know, and the managers are paying the price. And I don't know, me personally, and a lot of Forest fans on the Forest forum, you know, they're kind of like just. It's an angry place at the minute. You know, it's everyone's fearing relegation.
Led by an angry man as well. That was
yeah.
Say.
So
through.
Yeah, they're my it's a combination, hand in hand
Yeah, okay.
partnership.
Would you? I mean, Room 101A is actually getting rid of stuff. So if you had the chance, would you really get rid of maybe Edu? Yeah, but would you get rid of Marinakis? Because he has come along and he has got you into the Premier League with his money.
I mean, he has, and we're grateful for that. But
it's just crazy.
It is crazy. It is literally crazy. I've got visions of it being like Peter Ridsdale of Leeds. Do you remember when all that turned sour, didn't it? And he was, in the end, he had to sell the club. But I hope that don't happen. We're a long way from that.
There's quite a few Forest fans who do like him still. Kind of, he's our mad guy, kind of in a way.
He wants instant success.
Yeah. I think a lot of these owners, they think they know better in the way that we know better. Like we'll watch the England team and we're like, why is he doing like that? Why is he doing this? We all know better, don't we? But then sometimes people do know better because some coaches, they're all, they've got their badges and they're tactically aware and this and that because they've had training in tactics and they've had experience. But just like in the real world, being educated doesn't make you clever.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
No, yeah.
And quite often these football educated people don't have the brains to make a decision there and then.
No. To
come up with a plan that's going to work against a certain team. And if they're doing the same thing week in, week out, someone like Marinakis, who to be fair to him, he's probably a clever guy.
Yeah.
Might start thinking, what the hell's going on here?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm kind of seeing it with now Rob Edwards sometimes. Like, why are you setting up in a low block when we haven't got anyone fast enough to actually make a break? And then other people are like, why are you playing Wang every week?
Yeah.
Something's going to be going on in training that we're not seeing.
Yeah, it's like...
And he has that kind of perspective, I suppose.
Yeah. Same as taking on Pereira is...
That does make a lot of sense, though.
Yeah, well, he won the league, didn't he?
Yeah.
He won the league with an NPR cost and they won the...
I mean, he's got a decent history.
Yeah.
But his recent history, like we said earlier in this episode, is that he came in with a dead and buried Wolves and he's totally saved them. And he made them into 6 wins in a row. They were the most formed team in Europe at that time. It's just that they went from that to the most out of form team in Europe at the time. But and that's what he wants, isn't it? And he's done it recently, so maybe he can do it again. And he does unite people. Like people absolutely loved him. First the points, then the pints and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If he can do that, then fair play.
Any Forest fans watching, send your comments in and let us know what you think of the Marinakis.
I think I'll put this little section on. I've been doing it with the Room 101s, putting it in its own little video.
Yeah.
So we'll have some Forest stuff going on.
Yeah.
So hopefully they'll find it.
Yeah, it would be interesting to know, overall. No one likes that thing with their club, do they? It's kind of like in turmoil and you're on the verge of relegation and
you are in a good position though. You're in a better position than Wolves, obviously. Better position than Burnley. It's just that West Ham are looking good. But if they trail off, then...
As a Forest fan, everyone's worried about 2 of the next 3 fixtures.
Yeah.
Liverpool, Man City.
Yeah. But if things are going well, it doesn't matter. There's been times when Wolves have had big, horrible fixtures coming up when it's been going well for us, but they're big teams and we've beat them. But then we'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd like to go down.
As long as it don't go to the last game of the season.
Yeah.
My nerves won't stand that.
And then you'll be crying for a week and we'll have to cancel the pod. But the good news is I'm going to let them in. So
that's
lucky.
good.
Edu and Marinakis have gone into Room 101A. So
that's good.
Well done.